Hey guys, my name is Shayna Hoover, and today I'm going to be discussing the Edward Snowden situation, and I'm going to be looking at both sides, whether or not he was a traitor or a hero, because it's looked at from both ways. And then at the end, I'm going to talk about my opinion. So first off, Edward Snowden, he worked for the NSA back in 2013, and he leaked a whole bunch of classified government documents and gave them to journalists to publish because the government had they had been collecting private info from people, like everyday people, leaders in the US and other countries, and these bigger major corporations such as Google and Twitter and YouTube, like giving up people's private information, like their search history, text messages, phone calls, like that type of thing. This was a problem because the government was collecting our private information without a warrant, and they were forcing these major corporations to give up our info to them. So Snowden, he fled the United States, and the US charged him with espionage, and he was stuck in Russia, and then the US gave him asylum. So that's pretty much what happened. So the people that view him as a traitor is mostly like government, like people that work for the government would view him as that, because they could say that he damaged national security, and by doing this, like, terrorists could adjust their communications and other countries could gain insight to US operations and could help other countries out, which is bad for us. So the government, under the Espionage Act, pretty much said that his reason why he did it didn't matter, that it's just the fact that he did it in the first place, and that it's illegal and wrong because he exposed classified documents that harmed the US or could have harmed the US. Legally, it was a crime because it messes with US like intelligence and things like that. So in the States, he was labeled as a criminal because he was a traitor. Now the other viewing Snowden as a hero, or I'm trying to think what it's called, a whistleblower, a hero or a whistleblower, pretty much says that he acted on public interests, like for the better of the public, because otherwise all of us US people would have no idea that this was happening or that they were doing this in the first place. Some of the things definitely, like with going through our information without a warrant, violates the Fourth Amendment, and he believed that going public was the only way to make the NSA and the government have accountability, because otherwise just him alone telling them like, hey, this is wrong, they're not going to do anything about it because he's just one person. But telling everybody would have more people on his side. He exposed like the illegal surveillance of our lives and other people's lives and the companies, and he pretty much showed that everyone's privacy was violated, and what he did was deviant, but if it makes sense, it was in a good way because it was for the better of us, like for our best interest, the US people as a whole. And I'm trying to think. Okay, well, that's pretty much what the people that view Snowden as a hero would think. Now, my opinion, I think that Snowden was a whistleblower or a hero, because even though what he did was wrong, and like, yes, I see that what he did was wrong, and it could have definitely like been like way worse than it was. Like, whether he intended to or not, some of the sensitive information that he gave out, it could have definitely like affected the US more. So even though I don't think he was a traitor directly, what he did wasn't exactly harmless, but I view him as a hero because his goal wasn't to help the foreign countries and their governments or to weaken the US. It was for us to realize that our privacy was being violated. He was trying to protect people's civil liberties. Now, on the other hand, like if he would have like taken like more sensitive info, such as like military plans, or tried to sell that information to other countries, then yes, I would go more on the legal side and view him as a traitor. But what he was doing was for the better good of the US people. So that's pretty much my take on this. I think this was very interesting. I didn't know about this topic before looking at it, but that's all I have to say, and I look forward to hearing about everybody else's opinions on this. So